Tonight, a former paraprofessional in Larimer County is heading to prison. He was caught on camera physically and verbally assaulting elementary school students with autism. Under a deal, Tyler Zanella was sentenced to 12.5 years behind bars. Good evening, I'm Michaelia White.
And I'm Michael Spencer. Karen Lee has the evening off.
Your Northern Colorado reporter Dylan Thomas was in that courtroom today for us.
And Dylan, it was an emotional day inside that courthouse.
Yeah, you know, parents are saying that early last year, they noticed their once sweet, innocent, and really loving children were suddenly out of nowhere showing aggression, hitting, biting, slapping, even pulling hair at times. Many of those individuals autistic and nonverbal, meaning their parents couldn't just ask them where they were learning or getting this aggression from. But now, looking back, it all makes sense.
Justice will not be served today. There's no such thing as justice in a situation like this. What Mr. Zanella deserves, this court is not permitted to impose.
Strong words from a Larimer County judge as a former Poudre School District paraprofessional was sentenced to 12.5 years in prison for physically and verbally assaulting more than 10 elementary school students with autism during their bus rides to and from school.
What he did to our children, there's no words to describe of what happened.
Priscilla Miller is the parent of a victim. Her son used to love riding the bus.
As soon as he would see the real bus pull up, he was jumping and laughing.
But suddenly, last year, that changed.
And he would just come off the bus always upset. There was behavioral changes. I could not figure out why.
Other parents experienced the same thing. One finally filed a complaint about Tyler Zanella, and when a staff member reviewed bus security footage,
to her horror, she observed the defendant strike a little boy, completely unprovoked.
Fort Collins police found more than 160 times where Zanella physically hit kids with autism, including once where he hit a student with an iPad over the head. Bus footage also caught his conversation with a bus driver after he learned parents were complaining.
And they were talking about going to the reporting party's home to shoot her and kill her.
I see it as basically Exhibit A, that there are going to be people that just, no matter what you do, they're always going to be a terrible person.
After learning Zanella was hired even with a conviction of child abuse in the past, the judge had a strong message for Poudre schools.
But you don't hire someone with a conviction for child abuse to be a paraprofessional to work with kids. Not just kids, kids with special needs.
Making things even worse, these kids all between the ages of 5 and 10 years old. The families have filed a civil lawsuit against the school district, which is still going through the court process. Because of that, the district declined to comment on this story, but did send us a written statement saying that they do have a priority for their students and that they have taken measures to make sure the district is a safe haven, including preventing future hires from having past convictions of child abuse. Reporting live tonight in Larimer County, Dylan Thomas covering Colorado First.
Just a heartbreaking and really infuriating story, Dylan. Thank you. Now, Dylan covers what's happening in northern Colorado. Recently, he's reported on stories in Estes Park, Fort Collins, and Greeley, just to name a few places. If you have a story idea for him,